Now our next topic is non-metals. So let's see what are the characteristics of non-metals. They are dull looking except graphite and iodine, which are lustrous. They are brittle in solid state, that is, they can break or if they are beaten or bent. Next property is they do not allow heat or electricity current to pass through them except graphite, which allows electric current to pass through them. And under normal conditions or ordinary conditions, some non-metals like carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, these are solid. And one that is bromine. So this is liquid, and the others are gases like hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, argon. So the elements like helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon, these are noble gases and they are also called inactive gases. So these elements you have already familiar in the periodic table, which you have studied in your first chapter. So let's see the examples of dull looking non-metals. Now here I have taken some of the examples like a matchbox, a plastic scale, a pencil, pen, small sticks and a bangle and a cap. So now I'll show you that these are non-lustrous. Then they are brittle also, and they are solid in state. As you can see, these are all solid in state. Now what does this brittle means? Brittle means when they are beaten or bent, they are breaking into pieces. Now I'll show you this stick I have taken, a small stick. If I break it into pieces, now you can see here this can be broken. So this can be broken into pieces. Now if I am taking a bangle, this also can be broken. So these you can see, if I am applying pressure on it, this can be broken. So these are called brittle. These are called brittle. And the next point was that these non-metals do not allow electricity to pass through them or heat to pass through them. So you may have often heard your parents saying, when you are going and switching on, so wear slippers and then switch on or plug in. Then you have seen your cooking utensils. Their handles are made of either plastic or wooden. So why these handles are made, and metal is the utensil in which you cook, but the handles are made of plastic and wood, because those plastics and wooden are non-metals. They do not heat and electricity to pass through them. Now the next topic is how are elements represented. So elements are represented by the symbols, like hydrogen is symbolized by capital H, carbon symbol is capital C, nitrogen capital N. So these you have already studied, so let's not waste the time. And sometimes symbols are also chosen from the Latin names, like sodium, its symbol is Na, so its Latin name is natrium. Iron, its Latin name is ferrum, so its symbol is Fe. Copper, its Latin name cuprum and symbol Cu. Now this chart you have to memorize, table number 3.1, that is the symbol of common elements. So these you will study and memorize. So on these I am not wasting time, as you can go through. Already you have studied these symbols and the elements in your periodic table. Next topic is compounds. Now what are compounds? A compound is a substance that can be split into simpler substances or elements by chemical means. For example, water is a compound and it can be split into its simple elements like hydrogen and oxygen. Next example, if we take the example of sugar. So sugar can be broken into carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Another example, salt. So salt can be split into sodium and chlorine. And carbon dioxide can be broken down into carbon and oxygen. So we can summarize that compound is made up of elements. So with this, I come to the end of today's session. We'll continue in next class. Thank you.